Speaking of loving Israel, let's see what Israel's #1 lover had to say. Eve Fartlow is back, ladies and gentlemen. Right? She said, throw the Jew down the well. Let's take a look at what she had to say for 8 fucking minutes. 8 uninterrupted minutes of Eve Fartlow.
I feel sorry for you two. I feel sorry for Bono and Madonna for exposing themselves at this time in their careers. They have both had undeniable success.
It's awesome because of how repulsive of a person she is, both on the inside and outside. It just makes this so much funnier, especially add on the natural Levantine accent that she has. It's so good.
Yes, for decades. They are some of the most important artists in the history of music. But what they have done...
And now they're pro-Hamas, right? Bono is pro-Hamas. Madonna is pro-Hamas. There is 0% chance that piece of shit Bono said anything meaningful about Palestine. I don't even know what he said, but let me tell you, I know whatever statement that coward posted absolutely was like, Israel is a beautiful nation state that tried its best, but maybe it should wrap it up. And also, Hamas is really bad and wrong, and Hamas is truly evil, much more evil than Israel ever could be. Fuck Bono. There ain't no way there ain't no way. On Gaza, unfolding in Gaza, blocking humanitarian aid is really bad. On that awful Saturday night, October 7th and 8th, I wasn't thinking about politics. On stage in the Nevada desert, I couldn't help but express pain. The river to the... What? What is this? Hiding under a stage in a kibbutz Reim, butcher to set a diabolical trap for Israel to get a war going. Oh, yeah. Hamas did it. Hamas, gambled. Hamas just got Israel to be violent again. Oh, man. Israel, of course, morally infallible. Israel, most moral nation. Israel, tiny nation. Bro's talking about October 7 on the 10th of August, 2025, 22 months in to the wholesale ethnic slaughter, ethnic cleansing, genocide of the Palestinian population. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Suck my cock. Just leave this in the There ain't no way you need to make a statement, okay? Who is this for? Who is this for? Shut the fuck up, you stupid Oh my God, still talking about October 7th, 22 months into the genocide, being like, Hamas made Israel do a genocide. Are you insane? I told you, this ugly dog glasses, sunglasses wearing ass, singing for the Obamas looking ass, dumb shame to the great Irish nation would have this wishy-washy, nonsensical, middle of the ground bullshit take saying, well, both sides are at fault. Actually, God, I hate you two so much. I hate Bono. I hate you two. Ever since Apple Music forced that garbanzo beans down the throats of every iPhone user, it would just keep playing that bullshit, stupid Bono song over and over again. Oh my God, I hate him. I hate him so much. You, Bono, suck my dick, okay? Suck my dick, Bono. Genuinely, who the fuck is Bono? I'm out of the loop. Just ask your mom or dad, chatter. He's just a guy who is, I don't know, been seen as like a woke figurehead, an institution. Not even your mom and dad, honestly. Ask your grandparents at this point. He sucks. I hate him. It's really funny, though, that Eve Fartlow is still upset about Bono. Eve Fartlow.
During this window of opportunity that's presented itself over the last month for people desperately clutching at relevancy or...
I love this. These guys are so out of touch. How do you really feel? I can't say how I really feel. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is free parking lady. Eve Fartlow, famous for saying, today a friend told me she saw a sign that said free parking and she got scared because she thought the sign said free Palestine. The Jews are tired. Anyway, let's keep going.
Desperately trying to clean up their public, their reputation or their public image because Well, in Bono's case, you know, he came out immediately after October 7th and said something very resonating and morally courageous, actually, about...
Yeah, saying pro-Israel stuff after October 7 was very brave. There wasn't a lot of pro-Israel sentiment out there post-October 7, 2023. Thank God for Bono's courage. You never heard it. Oh, awesome.
The Nova Music Festival and condemning Hamas attacks. For Madonna, I guess the case is that she has worked with Jews her entire life. She's played in Israel many times. She was very into Kabbalah back in the 90s. They're cleaning things up. They are baying to pressure. You know how many messages I get from entertainment industry people per month saying that they have been...
Yeah, they're telling you, shut the fuck up. You're gross. You're ugly. Please stop doing whatever the it is that you're doing. Those are the kind of messages I'm getting from entertainment people.
Pressured privately on direct message by trolls, by other people in the industry.
Or you mean human beings with a conscience that can see right from wrong and have recognized the evil of genocide. That's who you're talking about. That trolls that want entertainment people to come out and say something. Hamas controls the media. The puppet masters.
To publicly unfollow me because it's not a good look, etc., etc.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. People are just like, oh, finally. There is 0% chance a person, any person whatsoever, has ever turned around and apologized to Eve Fartlow for unfollowing Eve Fartlow publicly. And I would love if she revealed who these people were, because that is awesome. This is 100% about Amber Heard. You think, did Amber Heard unfollow Eve Fartlow? No. Make fun of her words, not her appearance and accents? No, I'm going to make fun of her words and her appearance and her accent. Thank you for the input, but I think I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. Thank you for your feedback. Chatter. Yo, Chatter unironically said, hey, listen, I know this person is literally a prominent, active defender of Israel's genocide, but can we tone down the bullying, please? It's like, no, I can't do that.
I feel sorry for Bono and Madonna, and the reason I feel sorry for them is because this moment will pass, and there will be reconstruction. And Jew hatred works in cycles, and the cycles end.
Her new thing is calling you an incel. Woman is shadowboxing in the dark. Wait, she had a statement. Is it about the GQ? Did she say something? Oh, that's awesome. I got an Eve Fartlow noti. I got an Eve Fartlow notice. Well, I mean, she blocked me a while back. Incel Hassan Piker. Everyone who loves Mamdani because Cuomo's an alleged sexual predator seems to have no problem with Mamdani's relationship with online incel Hassan Piker. Wait, what? First of all, I'm Volcel, okay? July 17th, 2025. She said I'm incel? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, she's right. She's right. I can't get no gruff. She's right, but it's not incel. That's involuntarily celibate. Call me Volcel. Voluntarily celibate.
And history will show that at the ends of their careers, U2, Bono, and Madonna, and such like, decided to throw the Jews under the bus in order to have, as I said, this last-ditch, desperate attempt at relevancy. Because now provided a window of opportunity in the last month for people to get on the bandwagon and support jihad and terrorists and their narrative.
Yeah. Righteous Gentiles. Get on the bandwagon. Oh my God, it is Amber Heard. Eve Fartlow having a messy breakup with Amber Heard certainly wasn't on my 2025 bingo card. And it's funny as hell, and I hope it gets messier. What's the craziest thing that stands out to me is the cowardice of it all, because if everyone sat there in the industry and happily accepted the money, I couldn't put this better myself. Your Jewish friends see who you fame wannabes really are now. Weak, cowardly users who believe the tropes. My list is so long. Welcome to Pallywood by me. As for the rest of you, go make friends with the Gazans. See how it goes. Keep your Nazi sympathizers in your life instead of your Jewish Joans of Arc. Wait, she's calling herself the Jewish Joan of Arc? Oh my God. I'm acutely disappointed and disgusted by the non-Jews who promised they would be there for this moment and have disappeared. The betrayal is unforgivable.
To support rapists and murderers over believing Jews. 15 million Jews on the planet.
Yet, I don't know. Once again, defenders of Israel constantly being like, no, you don't understand. All 15 million Jews on the planet love Israel, love Israel's genocide. And if you're at odds with what Israel is doing, then you're at odds with 15 million Jews on the planet. Again, strange, odd, anti-Semitic. Don't say this. It's not only patently untrue, but it's also insanely anti-Semitic. Let's continue.
This morning, there's a story about the Toronto International Film Festival, who have taken a film off their program, a film that tells survivor stories from October 7th. And the excuse that they have used is that Hamas have not given permission for the GoPro footage of the atrocities to be shown in this film.
What? Israel abides by possible DMCA from Hamas? Oh, that's awesome. She's pointing to and I say this with all sincerity, cancel me all you want, 100% fake video interlaced with real footage of October 7 that Israel keeps in like a vault and only shows people that visit. There is this mythical October 7 footage out there, and Israel never shows this footage. They've never made it public. They claim that it's the most comprehensive compilation of all October 7 footage, and they show it to people that come and visit Israel because they're freaks. Okay, they're like, here, come watch this. There is footage out there. There is October 7 footage out there that they actually don't show unless it's like a limited private screening. They won't show it to any like, normal journalist. They won't show it. They won't like reveal it at all. And I think the reason why they won't reveal it is because there's a whole bunch of fake like there's just a whole bunch of like footage spliced in that was circulating after October 7 of like really horrifying acts of violence that took place in like Syria, that took place all around different like numerous Middle Eastern conflicts, war crimes and things of that nature. And the reason why they won't show it publicly is because the reason why they only show it in like limited settings is because they don't want people to be like, that's from Syria. That's from, Saudi Arabia. That's from Yemen. Like, they will do limited screenings of it. Yeah, French Assembly members were invited to watch the documentary after October 7th. Yeah, they will only show it to people who don't really know enough about it. And I assume that Israel, that has a tendency to mass blast whatever kind of propaganda they can, if they had information or footage that we don't have access to, that we didn't see after October 7th, when the dudes were literally strapping GoPros to their chest. We saw all of it. If Israel had this kind of footage, they would have revealed this to the world by now. Yeah. Kat says detained activists would be forced to watch videos of Hamas atrocities. Okay, it was produced by the Israeli Defense Forces. Spokesperson's office shows uncensored, difficult to watch footage of people being massacred and bodies mutilated during the onslaught. Much of it is taken from terrorist body cams. And this footage, this 43-minute footage, has been, I have not seen anyone that isn't like a hand-selected. Like, I've not seen like any attempts by any sort of like contentious adversarial journalist to like actually look at the footage and analyze it and see if it's like 100% accurate. I don't think it's just like a compilation of Hamas body cams, because if it was, they would have released it. They already make shit up all the time. I think the real reason why they won't release it is because there's like a bunch of shit in it that is not from October 7 that they just slapped on to be like, this is what Hamas did.
The GoPro footage that Hamas published on social media platforms such as Telegram, they haven't given their permission apparently. So victims and survivors of atrocities cannot have their stories told because the perpetrators of the violence need to grant permission for their snuff movie that they made. It is the apex of moral cowardice right now. The world has totally capitulated to the narratives of a terrorist organization.
I mean, yeah, Israel, still to this day, the capitulation continues.
And if you're not Jewish, you should be very aware of this. This isn't something that you should gloss over just because you're not Jewish and you don't think it affects you. When the media has been totally owned by terrorists.
Bro, she's doing it. Hamas controls the media. Hamas is the shadowy puppet masters behind the famous wealthy banker system. Hamas has its tentacles in all orifices of Western society. Hamas is doing unlimited third world migration to undermine Western civilization from within.
And terrorist organizations. When the New York Times is printing a puff piece glorifying and praising yesterday an Al-Quds terrorist as...
Wait, what? Who? No way. There is chat. What could she be talking about? 1 day ago, Mr. Zubeidi, the Palestinian who led a militia, a theater, and a jailbait. Zachariah Zubeidi inspired Palestinians and horrified Israelis, freed from jail during a recent truce. He questions what his many lives have achieved. No way. When Zachariah Zubeidi was suddenly free from an Israeli prison in January, it was a rare and fleeting moment of joy for Palestinians. Hundreds turned out in Ramallah, a Palestinian city in Israeli-occupied West Bank, to celebrate Mr. Zubeidi's arrival from jail, cheering him as a returning hero. They chanted his name as he took steps of freedom, some of them hoisting him on their shoulders. A child clutched a tin of hair gel that Mr. Zubeidi had given him 6 years ago before he was jailed. I want to show Uncle Zakaria that I kept it, said Watan Abu al-Rab, 11, and I'll only use it now that he is free. Did I say jailbait? I'm sorry. On accident, I guess. Did I even say that, or are you guys just saying that? Best known of the Palestinian prisoners swapped for Israeli hostages during a brief truce in Gaza earlier this year. In the early 2000s, he inspired Palestinians and terrified Israelis, leading a militant group affiliated with Fatah, Hamas's secular rival. He drew international attention when, several years later, he stopped fighting and helped set up a theater. Jailed a decade later, he cemented his legend when he briefly escaped prison through a tunnel before being recaptured days later. Now, months after his release, Mr. Zubeidi has become emblematic of something else, a sense of hopelessness that imbues Palestinian life. In recent conversation with the New York Times, his first major interview as a free man, Mr. Zubeidi said he felt that his life as a militant, a theater leader, and a prisoner had ultimately proved futile. None of this had helped forge a Palestinian state, he said, and it may never do so. We have to reconsider our tools, Mr. Zubeidi said in an interview in Ramallah. We founded a theater. We tried cultural resistance. What did that do, he asked. We tried the rifle. We tried shooting. There's no solution. As if to illustrate his point, Mr. Zubeidi removed several dentures from his jaw, revealing an entirely toothless mouth. His teeth and jaw had been broken, Mr. Zubeidi said, during his recent incarceration. He was already in custody during the Hamas raid on Israel. In the weeks that followed, the prison guards repeatedly beat him, he said. The description of his treatment echoes sentiments from at least 10 prisoners jailed in Israel since the start of the war who were interviewed by the Times. In a statement, the Israeli Prison Service said it was not aware of the claims you described, and as far as we know, no such events have occurred. Yeah, his teeth just kind of fell out of his mouth. His jaw just kind of did it on its own, I guess. He found large parts of Jenin, his hometown in the northwest and West Bank, destroyed and depopulated by Israeli raids. His own home in an area sealed off by the Israeli military was unreachable. His 21-year-old son, also Milton, had been killed in an Israeli strike. On every front, Palestinian strategy seemed to be failing. But what is the solution, Mr. Zubeidi asked? I'm asking that question myself. As a young militant, he had a clearer sense of mission. In the early 2000s, following the collapse of the peace talks, he joined the militia in Jenin, which, by the way, remember, he is a militia member, part of Fatah, not Hamas, and as a part of the Jenin brigades, he was actually engaging in a totally legal right of resistance. Like, this is a black and white issue. I need to explain this to you over and over again. I know it's like hard for a lot of people to fathom, but what she is describing here, what Eve Fartlow is talking about, is a dude who was engaging in the legal right to resist against an illegal military occupation in what the international community recognizes as a legal right to resistance. Hamas is also legal resistance, though, no? Yes. But the reason why I make this designate, the reason why I talk about it separately is because there is nothing that the Jenin brigades or anything that they've done that you could point to that is like even remotely illegal, whereas like Hamas has done things like, I mean, taking civilians as hostages is an act of desperation, but it's still technically illegal under international law. So there is like Hamas, of course, like right now, since October 7, has at every step engaged in a legal and moral obligation that they have to resist against the illegal, brutal Israeli genocide, Israeli occupation, Israeli bombings. But as far as like the Jenin brigades goes, like that's basically like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like it's so unimaginably, unfathomably cruel and immoral that Israel gets to do whatever the fuck it wants on the West Bank. At least there was like some semblance of autonomy. Not really, but like at least there was like an internal governance of affairs that was delegated to Hamas inside of the Gaza Strip that like the West Bank doesn't even have. The West Bank is completely controlled by either Israel or Israel's own Palestinian face of Israeli oppression, which is the Palestinian Authority. Yeah, also this piece almost feels like it's so defeatist. It's like, look at this beacon of Palestinian hope that has been completely fucking destroyed. It doesn't even feel like it's praise, and more so it's just to say like look, we interviewed a guy who has lost hope and says we've run out of options, we have nothing.
Some sort of freedom fighter. It's not just the Jewish people who are in trouble. This is a moment in time that we will get through and that we will surpass. It is a test for everyone, and we will see who passes the test and who fails. But I would stress very much that you should keep your eyes open and really, if you are being pressurized to look at this in a specific way, then it may be that you are being subjected to brainwashing and propaganda. Just be aware of what you're being force-fed. And to all those who think that Bono made some kind of nuanced statement because it was 20 pages long, his statement literally included a Hamas libel that Israel is intentionally starving children in Gaza. That is a libel. It is a lie. And if there is a lie in a 20-page post that's supposedly neutral or nuanced or whatever people want to say, a lie is not nuanced. It's a lot of words to try and hide the fact that Bono just exposed himself as a coward, and so did a lot of other people.
I love how much Bono pissed her off. It's awesome. That's the most redeemable part of Bono's wishy-washy, middle of the ground. Hamas is the reason for why Hamas is the reason why Israel is doing a genocide. Bullshit ass fucking statement. Is she lying her ass off for Israel, or is she disconnected from reality? It's both.